Today we will start with the topic human communication and interpersonal communication. So, what do you mean by human communication? Human communication involves the imparting or interchanging thoughts, opinions, or information among people with the help of the speech, writing, or signs. We all know that different people communicate in a different ways, and a good understanding of the different types of communication and styles can help people know and how to deal with them. Generally, human communication is characterized into three types of communication, that is verbal, non-verbal, and visual communication. Verbal communication can be subdivided into two parts, that is oral and written communication. Non-verbal communication is subdivided into four parts: proxemics, kinesics, chronemics, and paralingual. Whereas on the other hand, interpersonal and intrapersonal communication are also the categories of human communication. And today we will study human communication and effective interpersonal communication. Now, what is effective interpersonal communication? It is a transactional process between two individuals who uses verbal and non-verbal messages to create understanding and to influence each other to maintain the relationship. Now, it is an active two-way process which involves clear expression of wants, feelings, thoughts, and opinions, and accurate decoding and understanding by the receiver. So, this is the effective interpersonal communication. Now, on what basis it can be characterized? So, following are the characteristics of the interpersonal communication. What are these? That communication, it is from one individual to another. It is a communication which is generally face to face, and from both the form or concepts reflect the personal characteristics of the individuals as well as their social relationships. Now, interpersonal communication can be discussed with the help of the following four steps. What are the four steps? Those four steps are: focus on your message, magnify the listener's attention, penetrate barriers, and listen actively. Focus on your message. What do you mean by focus on your message? That it is, first of all, you should plan your message before speaking. Think very carefully what you want to convey and how you want to convey. What is the objective of your message? To whom, what to inform, whether it is information or to give the direction or the persuasion or to do something else. And then you have to understand the listener's profile, and then you should analyze what the listener or the receiver wants to hear from you or wants to understand. And you should then make sure that your message is specific, well structured, and concise. Then only talk to the point. You should never get diverted from your point, and your message should be very polite with a pleasing personality. And your objective of the message should be very clear, and no arguments should be there, and there should be no any kind of barrier should be there. All these things we have done in the sender oriented barrier. The second thing is magnify the listener's attention. How will you magnify? Now, first ask yourself that why should my listener care about what I say? Why should he listen to me carefully? What is there for him? When you will create interest in your message, then only the listener will listen to you carefully. A very common example I give you. For example, when your teacher suddenly announces that something will be on your next exam, you are more likely to pay attention. Likewise, if you announce that you are about to say will be beneficial for the listener, you are likely to grab their attention. That means, first of all, you should find out, you should make it clear that your message is important. What are you talking about? How the listener will grab it? All these things you should keep in mind. Then penetrate barriers. One of the biggest barrier to effective communication is the vagueness. For example, if you say, there was a storm last night, you have communicated little. Means, now what? There was a storm last night. Okay, what has happened? Now in that means you got stuck. The speed of your car was affected. Someone lost their life. What happened? Means this is an incomplete message. So always keep your message as precise as possible. And well structured, clear message will eliminate the possibility of misunderstanding. Is when you will clearly say something without any barrier, then only the audience or the receiver will be able to understand it, give the proper feedback, and result in the better understanding of your message or topic. The last one is active listening. Now, what is the difference between listening and speaking? It is the same as is the difference between seeing and observing. You hear background noises, but you never think about them. Or you can listen to them and think what sounded a minute ago. So, hearing is automatic and involuntary, whereas when you listen, we understand the speaker's thinking, motive, and feelings from his point of view and not ours. So these were the 4 steps for the effective communication. Now, effective face-to-face communication. What it is? Choose the location carefully. Means when there is a face-to-face communication, you have to choose the location. Then minimize the interruptions. Speak effectively. Choose the appropriate language that is understandable. Send clear and appropriate non-verbal clues like gestures, body languages, postures. Frequently ask questions. Accommodate with diversity. And listen very carefully with your ears open. This is effective face-to-face communication. Now, effective telephone conversation. When you are using a telephone, it should be businesslike because you are using it professionally. Be considerate and show facial expressions. Look, you can ask me, ki, ma'am, when I am talking on a phone, why should I have the facial expressions accordingly? The facial expressions should be there because if I have a smiling face, in my tone, in my voice, that smile will come. Okay, and if I am speaking angrily, that anger will come in my speech. So always have a positive facial expressions. They affect the voice or the way of speaking. Then techniques to improve social skills and maintain good relationships. How you will maintain your good relationships? Look, interpersonal skills aid in establishing good relationships at workplace, at home, society, wherever you are. Because it is very hard to maintain the relationship, and it depends that how brilliant you are at your work. If you are not able to connect with people in their personal and professional life, your personal and professional life will suffer. So there are several techniques that can be employed for improving social skills. What are those? First of all, keep smiling, be appreciative, pay attention on what somebody is saying, practice active listening, because most of the people, they are in the habit of speaking more and listen less. You should listen more and speak less. Bring people together means try to encourage them to communicate. Communicate clearly. Your voice, your accent should be very clear. It should be understandable. Humor them, understand their point of view, and don't complain. The less you complain, the more you understand the thing and the better you perform. So these were some of the tips for the effective interpersonal human communication.